Hi everybody, this week's video will be a little funny. First we will cast on the machine with some waste yarn. So I will start by going one, whoops, make a little mistake. One in the front, one in the back for the first row. So let it start. There. When you get to the first row, you open your yarn feeder, put your yarn inside, and then you crank. With the waste yarn, usually I do 5 or 8 rows, but it's up to you. It's comfortable for you. So I will crank it. When I reach 5 or 8 rows, I cut my waste yarn if it's too long and open the yarn feeder, and I will do like I will do a color change. Just add the project yarn. In this case will be Belnet Satin White. Put it in the yarn feeder, hold it with your finger to make sure it be grabbed by the needle, and then I crank. Pull on your yarn so that way it keep the same tension on your machine. So I crank. I never attach those two because I will remove the waste yarn at the end. If you attach it together, you will get some trouble to remove it. So I crank. And then when you notice that your work touched the work table, you just go and turn it like this, and you're ready to continue. For this project, you will need 3 tubes. So it will be the same thing to cast on and off, so I prefer to just cut the 2 other ones, so you will get the recipe for the 3 tube in not long to go. Oh, I don't sure how to say it. Anyways, I think you understand me. So if you don't have enough yarn and you want to add some more, you just go like this, do a knot. And also an easy way to do a color change. If you always losing it, that's a nice way to do it. Hold it in your finger. Be careful with the knot. When you reach the knot, take the time to pull the tail to make sure everything is grabbed correctly, and then you crank. So you could do a color change like that or add some yarn like that. Both are very good way to do it. So for the body you will need 2 times 85s, and for the head you will need 1 time 120 rows. So time to put the waste yarn to remove the tube. Hold it. Oops, almost lost it. It's okay. That's why you have to take your time, even when you do a video like me. So it's grabbed by the machine, so I will do till I ran out of yarn, because I'm not sure if I have enough to do like 10 rows. Sorry. There. And when I didn't have enough yarn, I cut it. If I ran out of yarn, I just put it in the middle like this and crank the machine, and it will release by itself like magic. Ta-da! So time to close it now. Usually I put the tail, the white tail, the working project on one side, and I grab a hook number 4 or 0.5, 4.5 or 5, and then I go and grab one stitch each side. One, grab the other one, go the other one, grab one. That's why it's important to have a very contrasting color waste yarn, so that way you could see your stitch easy. It's been a while since I didn't do any video. I was too busy, sorry for that. I will do my best to continue during the summertime. Try to have one per week. So I continue sewing my tube. This and the other side. I will go a little bit faster, not too long. Continue like that. So for your 3 tube, you will have to close both ends like this. Almost at the end, be careful, make sure you grab all the stitches. And when you got all the stitches, you will go and take the tail to close your row. Another one, and then that's it. I use the tail to close my row. So you do that for all your tube, both sides. Now to remove the waste yarn. Just pull on it like this. There is always one side that it's easier than the other one. It's the beginning and the ending of the machine that does that. So don't worry if you have difficulty sometime. And now it's time to check if you don't have any drop stitch. When one side is sewing, you flat your project like this and you attach the other side. And at the end, you remove your waste yarn and you hide your tail. So the 3 pieces are ready to go right now. So for the ears and head, 120 rows. For the body, you need 85 rows for both tube. So now it's time to do the mattress stitch. To do the mattress stitch, I grab 2 stitches in one side and 2 in the other side, or 2 bar. It's like in the middle of the stitch, the V, you go with the tip of your needle and you grab 2 bar in it. Sometimes I say stitch and sometimes I say bar. So hope you understand. So I grab both sides like that till I get to the end. When I reach the end, don't worry, I will slower down the video. I just go faster to keep the video not too long. So arriving at the end, I will go slower and I will show you how to pull on your yarn to close correctly your tube. So you take both sides. We don't see it, but I have pull on one side and the other side to close all the stitches. Time to hide the yarn in the tube in the double layer, and I will go and close it like this to secure it. Hold it with my finger because I don't have a long tail to play with, so I will go like this. Now it's done. Hide the tail in the double layer, and I will do that for the other tube too. So now the other side, just make sure it's closed correctly to be safe to play with it after. So I did that twice. So time to close it now. You didn't need a lot of skill to do this part. It's only every 2 stitch I go and grab it. 2 stitch, grab it. 2 stitch, grab it. 2 stitch, grab it, and then at the end you will pull on both tail to close it. So go very tight, and if there's a hole, you just go around with your needle again. If it's not, you go like this, and I did. So I folded my 2 tube and attach it. I don't show it right now because for some reason I forgot to put record. So attach it for the arms and the legs at 3/4 of the length of the tube, and do a double knot, and then you sew like you did earlier with the mattress stitch. That's why I go a little bit faster, because you already seen it when you close your tube. So I will go till half of it for the body. So I start on one side, and I will pull to close the stitch like this, like I did earlier and you didn't see correctly. So time to do a little knot. Pull, pull, pull. Attach those two together so that way I won't lose my work if I pull too hard. And then I will go and turn it the other side and do the same thing with the mattress stitch. We'll put it a little bit faster that you could see it. Same thing, and you at the end you will go and do a knot to keep all it together, and I will go and take those two tail and attach it tight together, and I did in the body like this. So time to attach it all together, stretch your work a little bit, cut the excess. Time for the head. I folded my long tube in half, and I will go and grab with mattress stitch each side for I think I did like 20 or 23 rows like this by starting in the middle. So if you could do 20 or 23, 20. I did 20, sorry. How come I start over? Actually, I didn't start over, I just switched side and I forgot. So I finished both sides, and I will go with my needle, the tip of my needle, grab and go to the middle with the tail and pull on it to close the head. So now I put the stuffing inside, and I forgot to close those stitches, so I will do that right now to keep it all together to prevent from falling. And now I will go and every 3 stitch I will go with the needle, grab it. I did that around the head, and I will pull on it after to close it to give the bunny a shape of a head. A shape of a head. Oh geez, I'm tired, sorry. So I did it. Now it's time for the ears. I did one, I will do the other one in front of your eyes. Now just go like this, one up and down, and you just go and pull on it, and voila, not hard to do. I did the tail inside, do the same to the other side, make a little head there. So we'll tight everything at the end to make sure it's safe for kids. Pull tight. Hide it in the ears, all the tail you could find. And voila, the head is done. Woohoo! Time to attach it on your body. I decided it was not tight enough on the bottom, so I did that again to tighten it more, to give a round, a circle shape. So I have enough yarn now to attach it on the body. So don't be scared to go start on the chest, and you grab one stitch on the head, one stitch on the chest, and go back on the head like this. Don't have to pull right now, you just have to pull at the first row. When you finish, there you go on the shoulder, always one up and one down. Usually I do twice a circle around the neck to make sure everything is secure for the kids to play with. So no crying, oh it's broken. No, that's not happening. It's very tough because my kids play with that and it's tough. Pull on it, tight, and then you do your second circle around the neck. There, and when you arrive at the other side, you will have the other part of the tail of your yarn to attach it both sides together. Pull tight there, and a second knot on it. And for the tail, you hide it in the body of your little bunny. You're almost done. If you're still here, write on the comment, happy time. I'd be happy to read that. So that's the bunny. Time to put the eyes. The eyes are buttons that I find in my box, and this is the way I attach it. I have some, you see the thing blue? It's for the teeth, usually to clean your teeth. But since my needle is too big, I will use that. It's smaller and it will go in the little hole and bring the yarn in it, no problem. So I will go and use that blue thing. You can't see it if you're on a cellular, it will be hard. So I grab a long tail of yarn. Usually when I do eyes, it's easier to hide the tail at the end if you go longer. And always make sure you have two sides. And bring that again in the middle. Do a double knot. I did it twice. Do a double knot like this, ready. And I will prepare the second one the same way. Now I have to hide it in the little box for next project. Time to attach those beautiful little eyes. So I will use my regular needle now that I always use in my video, and go and grab it and pull it till I get to the ears, and grab the other tail and the same thing. So we'll go and pull on it, put a little bit pressure on the eyes to have it like I want it, and I do double knot so the tail are attached on the top. I will hide it in the head now, or ears. I will hide it in the ears, those little tail, so that way you never end up like tails that pop out of the project if you keep it longer. So time to the mouth and the nose now. For the nose, I use like just leftover yarn. Always have a long tail like this. To hide it at the end, it's easier. So to prevent to be too tight for the nose, I put just my hook on it like this. And I will go around it like 8 or 9 times, I don't remember. To keep it not to be too tight and not to change the shape of the face of my little bunny. So I go around my hook like this. It's gonna be the same size every time, the same tension. So I remove it carefully, pull a little bit on it like this. It's cute already. And I will go with my yarn needle, grab lower and go up the nose like this, and I will go back from the bottom, from the top to the bottom, and get up again on the top of the nose. When I like it, I will attach both tail like this with double knot. Don't go too tight because you don't want to change the shape of your face. And then you grab your needle, and I will go hide it on the top of the ears like this, and same thing again on the ears. When I get there, I will attach those two together. Make sure your mouth is like you want it. I like it that way, so I will go and do a double knot. Don't go too tight, you don't want to change the shape of your face. And then I will hide those two tails in the body of my rabbit, little bunny. So that was the project for today. Hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you next week for another project on my machine. Enjoy your machine, and don't forget, never give up. There is always a way. Bye bye.